Sada će se predstaviti delegacija iz škole HTL Villach. Prvi će se prezentirati učenik Kevin Meinhart koji je trenutno kod nas u školi i ima prezentaciju s temom o školi.
Dobro jutro, dober dan. Moje slovensko je malo, govorim angleško. Welcome. We are three persons from the HTL Villach. I will explain what it is meaning. Secondary Technical Vocational College. Please, next. So, do you know this man, a very famous philosopher, Mr. Erasmus, in the time of the Renaissance? And without the ideas of this man, the culture of Europe would be very, very different. And the basics of our living style here, our knowledge, our sciences, are the ideas of this man. And therefore, this great program from the European community is called Erasmus. And maybe you know this man. This man is Umberto Eco, a great philosopher and writer. Maybe you know the book, The Name of the Rose, a criminal book from the Middle Ages, very famous. And he said, Erasmus is the greatest program and the best program what the European community has ever done before and until now. And maybe you know, now we have about, in Europe, we have about 1 million of Erasmus babies. You know what is an Erasmus baby? If one student makes an internship from Austria in Finland, then he fall in love with a Finnish young girl, and then they marry, and they make the babies, okay? And this is called Erasmus baby. And now we have in Europe, we have about 1 million. Next step. Maybe you have heard about this. We call it, in the German-speaking countries, we call it Waltz. And it is a very, very old tradition. And young men who had studied a profession, one example, carpenter, they have to walk. They have to walk from one city to the next city, and they work in several cities. And it is a very 100 years, more than 100, 200, 300 years old tradition. Why did they do it? Because to get the experience, how do they work in other countries, in other cities, what is a style in other countries, and what are our students do in the Erasmus projects, they do the same. And therefore, Erasmus is not so new. Next. So.
Dobrodošli, ja ću vam sad objasniti gdje je uopšte Villach. To je Austrija i ovdje je Villach, ovdje je HTL u Villachu. Mi smo na ovaj put gdje je Slovenija i Italiju. Zato imamo puno ljudi što moraju hrvatski, slovenski, italijanski. I mi smo tako na ovaj put što može se 2 sata voziti i onda si u Hrvatsku. Ako na sliku gledate, to je naš HTL u Villachu. Imamo 1450 učenika i 150 nastavnike. Znači, to je viša tehnička škola, ima ako gledate ovdje, ima 6 departments. Jedan je architecture, i civil engineering, to je kao ono za kuće i to. Onda imamo interior design i wood technology, svi znamo šta je. Onda imamo computer science, to je informatika, kao informatika. I onda network technology i media technology, to je mrežna tehnologija i media tehnologija.
And it is very, very interesting, our type of school. Our students have two options, two possibilities. The most 1,200 make a final exam. We call it Matura. Matura. In Germany they say Abitur. It's a final, big final exam. It's 2 weeks, no, very hard. And after this final exam, they have, number one, they have a professional education. They are, one example, they are carpenters, or they are bricklayers, something like that. They have the qualifications, they have a certificate, but they have the possibility with that final exam, they can go to any university. They can study medicine, it's possible. They can study whatever they want. And that is different to the other countries. So we have two branches in one life of the students. It's very hard. How many students we lose? 20-30% we lose. Most of them in the first class when they are 15 years old.
Dobar dan, moje ime je Gerd Wochein, ja sam učitelj u ovoj škola. Moja žena je Hrvatkina, onda ja pričam malo hrvatski, ali ja sam bolje u engleski. We would like to explain you how we get internship places for our students, because that's very difficult. It's very easy for schools who are working in the gastronomy sector, because every hotel needs staff to work there in the summer, but it's very difficult to find internship places for students in the engineering sector. So we get mostly places through personal contacts. So I have an office, an architecture office. I'm architect by profession, and everywhere I am, I ask, do you have a place for my student? And he is doing it, and some other teachers. And so we find places through personal contacts. Second, the students organize their places themselves. They find places somewhere in Ireland. Yeah? They say, dear teacher, I have a place, can you give me some money? And we organize the money for them. The second is with Erasmus agencies. That's most probably as you did in Spain. Yeah, in Spain they have millions of agencies. Yeah, every house has an Erasmus agency because it looks like it's financially very lucrative. And so we phone there and say we need 3 places for computer engineers, and they organize us some places. The disadvantage is that this costs quite a lot of money through agencies. And the fourth point is through schools like your partner school. We have partner schools all over Europe, and we phone them like we did, and you organized the place for Kevin.
Thank you for Kevin.
Here you see our current network of destinations. Ovo je naš destinaciji do sada. Svaki tačka je bio nekoliko studente. And you see we serve the students from Iceland, 3,000 kilometers to the north, to Greece, 2,000 kilometers to the south. We even had students in New York, but not via Erasmus. So, Ewald?
And like you, we organize 2 types of projects, KA2 and KA1. This I've seen from the Slovenian school. They teach entrepreneurship, something like that. And here we did a similar project with a school in Lithuania, Baltikum. And SDSD, Stop Dreaming, Start Doing. We made a two years project, and our students and the Lithuanian students, they studied how to create a new startup company. Or here with this school, Tesla School, we have a similar project. With Berlin we had such a project, and after the coffee break, yes, when we discuss, maybe we can make another project in the future for one class or something like that. And here, the KA1 projects, we sent from the year 2000 until now, we sent about 350 students all over Europe. And it was about 3,000 days. 3,000 days we paid the students with Erasmus and before Leonardo da Vinci and so on. Passed. So?
Sad ovdje vidite na sliku ove učenice HTL škole iz Filaha učestvuju u kasovima informatike. Znači oni programiraju za Arduino, za mrežne tehnologije, za kompjuteri i šta ja znam šta još ima, i to je bio preko, mislim, u maju 2019 i to je bio preko, mislim, 1 sedmicu. I hoću se još pohvaliti što smijem ovdje učit i hoću se pohvaliti za moj mentor Alana Vanić i za moje nastavnike gdje sam se naučio programiranje i sve za kompjutere. Hvala vam.
And in Austria and in Germany and in Switzerland, the mentality is a little bit different because we let our students, we let them free. It is impossible in Poland, it is impossible in Italy, it's impossible in Spain, impossible in France. We have seen it. They don't send students with 16 or 17 years old abroad. They don't do it. They are too afraid. We say, go to Greece and survive. Go to Iceland, survive. If it is cold, it's your problem. Yeah? If it is too hot, it's your problem. And it's very interesting. And here, and all the students, we had only one time we had a problem. Only one time. It was a girl in Spain. She was pregnant, but she didn't know.
To je bio samo jedan problema od ne znam koliko studente. Ovo je isto interesantno. U Espanjol radio, the working philosophy is not as in Austria. So we sent our students, and on the first day our students worked in the company, and in the evening the boss came and said, guys, you cannot work so quick because we scheduled 1 week for this work you did in 1 day, so please calm down. Otherwise I cannot calculate the price. I cannot calculate the price which I offered.
Okay, next.
So, but Spain is very famous. All our students want to go to Spain because it's warm and nice. We send students to Iceland quite long already. I sent the younger students, because I guess Iceland is very safe, and they work there in some carpenter companies. Yeah. Vicenza, Italia. Ewald, you know, this was...
Yes, this we organized with an agency, but it was very nice for our students. They lived in private families, and the agency organized the place where to work and how to work and so on. It was very easy, but we don't find students, they want to go to Italy because they are so afraid because the Italian people don't speak English, yes, and our students don't speak Italian, so there are some problems. In Greece, they survived. It was very hot, 40 degrees and more, but they survived.
This was a construction site directly on the sea, beautiful, and these two girls were working in the compound with just men. All of them with tattoos and everything, but they survived, and they are very happy. So it was good, it looks like.
And the boss of the companies, he asked this year, please send one more. Yes, send more. Yes, we will see.
We sent also teachers for training, but not as you, 6 months, impossible. My headmaster would kill me if I ask him 6 months training. But we sent them at least 1 week or 2 weeks in other schools. For example, I was in Berlin, I was teaching in Berlin, and a teacher from Berlin came to Austria to teach our students. So that's what we try to do, to train our English and to get experience in foreign countries.
So here you see our group in Lithuania with the Stop Dreaming, Start Doing program. It was very nice. And this is our chief of our carpentry in school. And he made job shadowing in Sweden in February. It was not so warm. Yes, you can see it.
I think that's it. Since many students now in our school want to do Erasmus, I told my boss I cannot do it anymore alone. We have to look for people to help me. And we managed now, after many, many years, to get a bigger team. So I have in every department, I have 2 teachers for the first information for students. So we don't have, he's already in pension and he's doing it free of charge, yeah, to help us. And so I try to build up an Erasmus team in my school, but it's not so easy because it's actually not paid. So that's it. Hvala.
Hvala.